Hi everyone, my name's Emma and I'm going to be talking with you today about phytochemicals, specifically the phytochemical isothiocyanates, which are found in broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables. And the reason I'm talking to you about this today is just to kind of emphasize how important it is to incorporate some of these vegetables into our daily diet, as they can provide our body with a lot of health benefits and just protection against disease and just keeping us healthy, and are a really good part of a healthy, balanced diet. So first we're going to talk about what phytochemicals are. So these are compounds found in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, legumes that provide our body with additional health benefits. So they aren't essential for our body to function like vitamins and minerals are, but they can provide us with anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and disease-fighting benefits that are really just important in just a healthy diet. And they also give plants their color and taste, which is super interesting. So the phytochemical that we are going to talk about is called isothiocyanates, and these are found specifically in cruciferous vegetables. And they are formed from this compound called glucosinolates. So what happens is when we're chewing cruciferous vegetables, glucosinolates are hydrolyzed into isothiocyanates. And these phytochemicals give cruciferous vegetables their bitter taste and aroma that kind of is associated with these dark green leafy vegetables. So, cruciferous vegetables are a group of vegetables that include kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. And when we think of these, they're just those really dark green, leafy, dense vegetables. And this family of vegetables are good sources of vitamin K, folate, vitamin A, vitamin C, and isothiocyanates. So some specific health benefits of isothiocyanates. They have antioxidant properties, are anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and can help protect us against cancer. And something really interesting about isothiocyanates is that they are involved in the pathway that can excrete carcinogens from our body. And so carcinogens are these compounds that are linked to cancer. They're just found in the environment and different things, but they are harmful to our body. So isothiocyanates in research have been shown to combat carcinogens by neutralizing them and reducing their harmful effects on the body. Um, and also the fact that they have antioxidant properties is important for protecting against cancer as well, as antioxidants donate an electron to free radicals in reactive oxygen species to neutralize them. So this also protects our body against these harmful compounds that can be linked to cancer. And anti-inflammatory is really important for protecting against chronic conditions, and then antibacterial is really important as well. So how should we cook cruciferous vegetables? So research has shown that steaming and stir frying are the best methods to cook these vegetables, as they preserve the most isothiocyanates. Boiling preserves the least amount. But honestly, any way that you like to cook these vegetables is okay. It's better to boil them or cook them in a way that might not preserve as much isothiocyanates, but they can still provide our body with awesome nutrients, vitamins, and minerals as well. So any way that you like to cook them, it's up to personal preference. It's better to get these vegetables in your diet any way that you can. So how many cruciferous vegetables should we eat to get these benefits from isothiocyanates? Well, exact research hasn't really shown a specific amount um, of how much we need. Most of the research studies kind of show the benefits and what pathways are associated in, but don't have a specific milligram amount. However, research has indicated that consumption of at least 5 servings of cruciferous vegetables per week has been shown to significantly reduce cancer risk. And so Brussels sprouts are the vegetable in this cruciferous vegetable category that contain the most isothiocyanates, with 104 milligrams in half a cup. Garden cress, which I had to look up because I wasn't sure what it was, but it's a herb that's associated in like the mustard family. is also really high, but cabbage, kale, and broccoli are really good sources as well. So to purchase these cruciferous vegetables, honestly, it's just kind of up to personal preference, but I think it's important to note that there's really no nutritional value between fresh and frozen vegetables. And frozen vegetables can often be cheaper to buy, so if you prefer that, then go ahead and do that way. And if you prefer fresh, then that's great too. Another tip is that you can always buy vegetables fresh and then freeze them for later. And then something awesome that I'm sure you've noticed at grocery stores is that they provide these microwavable vegetable packets that are frozen that you can buy. And that's just a really good option too if you don't have a lot of time on your hands. And they oftentimes come with a yummy sauce and can be really easy to prepare. So that's a good option to kind of incorporate more of these vegetables into your diet as well. So in preparing cruciferous vegetables, you should definitely always wash them before preparing them, and then the method is all up to you, just like we mentioned before. It's really personal preference, but again, less cooking time means more phytochemicals are preserved in the vegetable. And then for storage, store them in the refrigerator, in the freezer. And then also something that I didn't know that I thought was super interesting was that it's important to store cruciferous vegetables away from avocados, cantaloupes, and tomatoes because somehow the way these vegetables interact with one another can lead to overripening. So I thought that was super interesting. I did not know that. All right, this is my favorite part of the presentation because I love cooking and I love talking about ways to incorporate some of these vegetables into your diet. So I have 3 recipes for you that I'm just going to kind of talk about really quickly, and they're super delicious. So the first one is this garlic broccoli stir fry with chickpeas. And stir fries are, again, one of those cooking methods that preserves the most isothiocyanates. So they can be a really awesome option. They also are super easy. You just kind of throw in all the vegetables and ingredients, choose a sauce, maybe a little bit of olive oil, saute them, and then serve it over rice. And it can just be a really quick, easy, but delicious dinner recipe and a good way to get some of these vegetables into your diet. This recipe is one of my favorites. It's sea salt and garlic kale chips, and I make these all the time. I think they're super delicious, and they're super easy too. So this is probably best if you buy the kale fresh, because you pull off the leaves of the kale and then drizzle it in olive oil and a little bit of sea salt, garlic, whichever seasonings you prefer, and then you bake them for about 10 minutes on each side, and you get these really delicious crispy chips that are really yummy. And these are really awesome just for a healthy snack, and kids love them too, so they are great just to prepare. And then our last recipe is these roasted Brussels sprouts with garlic and Parmesan. So I know a lot of people don't love Brussels sprouts. They're one of those vegetables you either love them or you hate them. I personally love them, but I think it's all up to just the way you prepare them. And I think choosing a good seasoning and marinade is the best. So I personally prefer Brussels sprouts when they're roasted and a little bit crispy. And then this recipe is really good with just olive oil, garlic, some salt, pepper, and then you bake them, and then you can add a little bit of Parmesan on top, and they're super delicious. And again, all these recipes are linked down below, so you can definitely have access to those. All right, so in summary, just some of the big things we talked about is that cruciferous vegetables are a great source of isothiocyanates, and they should eat probably about 5 servings per week to get the maximum health benefits. And they're best preserved or by serving raw or steamed and can be bought in any method that you like. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and learned something new, and I hope you get to try one of those recipes. Thanks again.